ladies, it's Diana Weger. I'm a senior director with 31, and I know many of you know me if you're on my team, but I kind of figured that this video may be going to other people, so I wanted to introduce myself. I'm from Oklahoma. So I've been wanting to do several videos. I get a lot of ideas here and there, but I've really been wanting to do a video on this booking board that I kind of made. I got an idea. I did my first team retreat this May 2016, with a few ladies on my team, and honestly, it's weird how my brain gets these ideas randomly, so forgive me if I'm kind of all over the place, but that's just the way it works. It's crazy up there. But one night we were doing a Better Together in my living room, and I was just explaining all the facets and ways to work your business to be successful, because it's not one way and it's not one or two ways, okay? So it's this massive collection of ideas and different things that you try and do to equal success, okay? So when I was talking about this, I happened to kind of look over at my clock, and I was like, man, it's like this clock. It's like there's all these different ways, right, that we chip in little bit to equal this rounded business that is successful, okay? Now, before we jump into that, that is my lovely drawing. It was very fast and furious before I went to my retreat, and I jotted some ideas, and I'm sure we could probably add a lot to that. But what I want to begin this video explaining is that success is different for everyone, okay? So we can't just say success is the following. And success can be a lot of different things for a lot of different kinds of people. So if you're 18 years old and wanting some extra college income, success can happen with you, for you 31. If you are the stay-at-home mom like I was and had no social world and wanted to be able to have my own income like I'd always did before being a nurse, wanted to spoil my boys, wanted to have a savings account, just different things like that, wanted to have lunch with a girlfriend every now and then it would be successful for you, stay-at-home moms. If you are, a mom sending your kids to college, my boys are 8 and 10. I have to think about it because my little one just turned 8. So 8 and 10, almost 11. So we're really not thinking about college just yet, although it is, starting to be on the back burner as far as a savings with 31. But, there's those moms that are just seriously college mode, right? So success for them, can happen being able to put, income in the bank account for college. Success for the, 60 and 70-year-old could be to absolutely spoil their grandchildren, to have retirement money, to maybe go on vacations that they want to go on. It literally is so broad. So know where you want to go in this business or what you want from it. I know you've heard a million people talk about your why. So that's so important to get to success, because if you don't really know what you want out of it and what makes you happy or what fills your cup or what gives you satisfaction and just pure joy, then it's going to be easy to just say, oh, I tried that, it wasn't going to work, okay? So that's the beginning where I wanted to start is that, we're talking about all different kinds of women that can benefit from the 31 opportunity. Recruiting would be another video, but that kind of leads us to knowing that we have a lot of women that we have the opportunity to help. So if you want to have a successful business, remember that I could show you and tell you 1,000 things that maybe mean success to me, and it may be totally different for you and 10 other women. But if it's $1,000 in your bank account, if it is Start Swell or Dream Rewards, if it is, Ready, Set, Sell, if it is getting all your products at that discount, or paying for your own 31 because hubby doesn't like you buying from all those parties, right? Whatever it is, I just want you to know that we need to start here. Okay, so we cannot join this business and then just do it a month or two and be like, well, why can't I be like her? Why can't I have success? Or, well, this isn't working for me. Or, well, parties just aren't coming. I posted on my Facebook group. You hear that. Well, I posted it on Facebook. Well, why didn't I get a party? Well, this isn't working for me. I tried everything. I mean, I'm just being real. I want to come to be real to you today because I kind of, I've been doing this almost 5 years, so 5 years in August. So I hear everything, and believe it or not, ladies, I'm working the business too. So I know, I know that it gets difficult, but I also know the amazing, rewarding aspects of the business. I was a pediatric ICU nurse. I literally dealt with, infant and child death a lot. There's no words to put that kind of job into perspective for those that have not experienced it. The stress involved on your body, on your marriage, on your life. I had 2 miscarriages, and so I could just go on and on and on. And so when I had the worst day in 31, and my calendar's not where I want it to be, maybe my team is not where I want it to be, or whatever it is, maybe I missed a goal, I think back to that 12, 16, 18, 20-hour shift of not being able to go to the bathroom, pregnant, couldn't even eat, just all those horrible days of being able to, or it's not able, but having to go tell a family member that we did everything in the world that we could, but we couldn't save their child. Okay, that's devastating. I mean, that causes physical sickness, okay? And I did pediatric nursing for a total of 15 years, but the ICU was about 4 years until it was just too much and I didn't get to see my babies, okay? Then 31 came into the world. Oh my gosh! What and how and why? And, it was God. It was a God thing. But on my worst 31 day, I think back at what it could be, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I am selling some gorgeous bags and products that I adore. And I'm helping ladies get organized and have solutions, and I'm bringing women together and all those things, okay? So, on your worst day, just remember that it really isn't as bad as we think. So when we can accomplish this big, this multifaceted area, different areas in our business, when we can accomplish a little bit of all these things, then we're going to have a rounded, successful business. So we're going to imagine this being a clock. And in 24 hours, think about all the different people every 24 hours that you come in contact with, okay? Well, number one, don't forget that we are a gifts company. We are 31 gifts, okay? So people are buying gifts all the time, and we have the most amazing things to offer them. So no matter what, at the end of the day, just remember what you are and what this company stands for, and women are buying like crazy left and right. Not to mention our purse lovers, our tote and bag lovers, and our organizational people, and our team savvy moms that love embroidery and all of that stuff. Okay, so I'm going to grab this little booking board. Forgive me, I am not dressed up for you ladies today. It's called T-shirt and gym shorts and training day, okay? So I'm going to just talk about some different ways that we're going to get bookings, okay? Now, before I go over this board, I want to share a little bit about me because I want you to know that I came from Calera, Oklahoma, is where I went to high school. There was 33 people in my graduating class, so we're about a 2A school. We have one stoplight, but that's not been there forever. We do have a Sonic and a Taco Casa, woo, and a couple of gas stations. And we have our own post office, and I visit it almost every day. But when I started on August 23rd, 2011, I had been a customer for about 6 months, absolutely adored, loved the products, fell in love with a thermal tote that I could put my name on to carry my kids' snacks to a baseball game. Never in a million years did I never think I would do direct sales or sell bags or be where I am today, and it's all because of God and super duper duper stubborn strong will person. But I had a worn out catalog that I was using like crazy. It was falling apart, and I had a lady at church ask me if she could buy some things, and I'm like, yeah, there's this lady's name on the back. Go right there. I am like really good at ordering online now. And she asked, well, have you thought about selling it? And you know what? I had the privilege of joining in 2011 with the not so beautiful kit, but it looked great to me because it had a $99 price tag, right? So anyway, it was that wonderful Windsor bouquet that I loved because it said $99, right? I will never forget flipping through and seeing the women and the success stories thinking, whoa, that's really awesome. But that's not me. That is so not me, okay? I remember driving home and circling everything in the catalog. I loved it that much. I was buying gifts. Loved the monthly special. I remember buying $300 at one time for graduation gifts, and nobody called to tell me that that could make a party. I didn't know. I didn't understand it, okay? I had never been in true direct sales ever. I didn't understand bookings. I didn't understand any of it. So when I come to you today saying that it worked or that I've had some success, I want you to understand that I didn't come from a giant family. I did not come from a huge town. I didn't have all these, experiences of direct sales and just come in knowing what to do. I came in loving the product, like most of you do. I came in being a stay-at-home mom at the time because really wasn't working out with my husband's schedule and the nursing schedule for my 2 little boys, and I needed to be there with them. And I thought it was very temporary, and I would go get a daytime nursing local job, school nurse or doctor's office or something. God kind of rescued me at that time in my life where I needed it, and I didn't even know that He was handing me this beautiful gift of a catalog. I didn't even know it. If I could just look back and just say, thank you for that, and thank you for that. I do say thank you hugely now, but I didn't even know all those little milestones were adding up to something big. Okay? This can be you. And if you don't think I didn't have moments or many months that I didn't think this was going to continue, okay, what I want you to understand is I started and said, okay, I'll do this for that $99 price. And then my sponsor showed me the Start Swell, and I was like, well, I can't do that. Because it was sell $1,800 in 45 days, so you either got it or you didn't. And I was like, well, don't worry, because I'm not going to get that. There's no way I could do that. I decided to have a huge launch party. No, I decided to have a launch party. I thought nobody would come. God blew me away. The community blew me away. And I had 43 people there. It was crazy, and did, $9,300 in sales the first month. Now, I know that some of you maybe struggle on the beginning of your business. So wherever you're at, whether you're struggling 6 months into the business, 3 years into the business, the first month, your launch party, it's okay, because we're all alike in the fact that one day our calendar's empty and it doesn't just fall out of the sky, right? So things were really, really easy for me, and I promoted to senior director on the 3rd or 4th month, and I was a director by the 5th month, and I had won, or earned the first Cancun trip by the 7th month. But it doesn't mean that at one point in there, my calendar was empty, and I had to decide, work this or give it up. Work it or give it up. Figure out how to make it work or give it up. And I loved it too much to give up. That was just the bottom line. I fell in love with, meeting women and the products and, that first $2,000 paycheck that came. I was like, what? This is crazy. And then my journey grew, and I became, great friends with other leaders in the company, and I've been on leadership council 3 years. I had the honor and privilege to be on PAC last year. In fact, I stare at this picture because it's very crazy, because I look at it and think, is that really, really me, or was that a big dream? Because I was in the Hall of Fame with Cindy Monroe last year. It was a crazy whirlwind in my life, and some of you know the story, but a horrible health problem year. So God showed me what was possible, but I never gave up working my business. I know this is longer than you probably wanted it to be. I just had a lot to say, and some of you will benefit from this information. So even if you wanted to come back and look at it later. I want us to start in the beginning of our board. I also printed this little thing to just show you. This is not tooting my horn. There's a lot of people that have done a whole lot more things in 31 and will be, but this goes to show you that I came from a very tiny town, and I never saw myself even having parties in the beginning. So I just ran my downline report, and I've done $316,000 in PD, 148 recruits, and a total downline sales of about $2,100,000. So insane to me to look back and say, somebody that really wasn't going to join or wasn't ever going to do parties or was never going to do the business and never recruit and have a team. So it just meant it was, focused on getting better, just each month learning something. What am I learning? What am I doing? What can I do more? Where can I, branch out and be better? Okay, I did that party. How can I improve? How can I learn from all these other amazing rock stars that have figured out their own successful path? So remember, every path's a little bit different. But I think all of this, no matter who we are, what consultant we are, it can help. Forgive my crazy drawing. I'm a simple girl. I'm an index girl. I do everything on my business on index cards and paper. I'm not a fancy computer person. I hope you started with a launch party, and if you have not, I'll just tell you right now, very honestly, I would not be sitting here with all kinds of really crazy success if I didn't do a launch party, because that launch party led me and put me in business. So ask yourself, are you really in business, or do you have a consultant number? And I don't mean that rudely. I just mean, are you in business? Do you have a business? Is it getting you what you want? Is it producing what you want it to produce? If not, I want you to start trying some of these things. I want you to write down some ideas. And even if it feels uncomfortable, do you want to be in business? Because these things are going to lead you to a business, okay? So a launch party not only gives you practice, it gives you that first party to make money, to get contacts, to get, practice at it, to get to be the hostess and get the hostess rewards. So you're getting income, you're getting hostess rewards, you're getting your start swell. Oh my goodness, you're going to get to show everybody all the fun products in your enrollment kit, and they're going to want them, and they probably can't buy everything that they want. They're going to see that awesome catalog. So you're going to have some people book a party if you just share some of our hostess rewards and how they can have a fun either catalog party or a fun ladies night out or whatever. God knew what my path would be in 31 when I didn't. I never one time thought about a booking at my launch party. It never even crossed my mind. Never crossed my mind. I walked out with 13 parties. 13 parties. But that taught me that I wanted to do it more, and it gave me more confidence. And then eventually I'm like, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to try this. And I mean, those first couple parties probably didn't even have a hostess packet because I didn't know what I was doing. And so those parties led to more. So you're getting contacts at your party. Maybe some acquaintances come. It doesn't have to just be mom, sister, and Aunt Sue. Okay, you're going to branch out and you're going to let everybody know about your party. And you're going to bring these acquaintances and these past coworkers and maybe some people that you went to high school, some people you went to college with. You're going to branch out and make that launch party as big as you can because you're going to get contacts. They're going to lead you to contacts. They're going to book parties. So we originally start with our launch party, and if you didn't, do you know that you can do that at any time? You can call it a summer bash. You can do it with bingo. You can do an open house. You can do a retirement party at the end of a catalog. You can launch the party with a new seasonal party with the new catalog coming out. So just because you didn't do it when you started doesn't mean at any time in your business you can do this. You could do a launch party and launch the seasonal catalog a couple of times a year. I think it's very, very smart to bring in those people again. I'm just going to start here, and we're going to go around, and I'll be kind of quick. But calling and texting your Franks list. Ladies, I'll be honest, because I started strong with a launch party and I really didn't know what I was doing, I didn't write people down on my Franks list. I didn't do that until way into the business when I was struggling a little bit. And I'm like, man, look at all those people I probably forgot. So Frank's friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kid connections, spouse connections, write them down. Start with that list of 62 people. You even get a little welcome guide in your enrollment kit if you're new that you can jot those people down. And what I want you to do is have a challenge to yourself to grow that list weekly or monthly by a certain number. These are contacts, these are referrals, these are fundraisers, these are parties, these are online orders, these are friends of friends. This is anyone that buys from you, anyone that goes into your customer group, people that you meet out and about. These are your Franks list, and your Franks list is going to help you have a successful business. Think of all those Franks people, all the Franks list, and how many people they know. They're leading you to those people you would have never met in your life. You'd have never crossed paths with them. Your 100 No Challenge. If you've never done this, it's scary. So welcome the scary, because it's going to grow you as a person and grow your business. And that's reaching out and trying your hardest to get 100 no's. You're going to message all these people and all these other people, and whether they want a party, do they want to join your team, would they like to do a fundraiser, anything you can do to get a no out of them. And at the end, if they're like, no, would you like to be on my customer page? Can I send you a catalog? Do you know what our monthly special is next month? All those things, you're going to get some yeses. But what's so crazy and really amazing, that if you set yourself up and say, okay, it is whatever day, it is Tuesday, and I'm going to shoot from today to next Tuesday, I'm out to get 100 no's no matter what. It can be text, call, email, whatever. And you just say, whenever I get to 100 no's, I'm going to go celebrate. I'm going to go get a snow cone, I'm going to go to Starbucks, or I'm going to go get a pedicure, or I'm going to go enjoy some sun. Whatever it is, make this a challenge, because guess what? You're going to get some yeses. You're going to get some parties you didn't even know existed. Open house. An open house is kind of like your launch party, but having an open house, maybe a pool party, maybe it's a picnic, maybe it's at the ball field, wherever, maybe it's at your church. Just a little open house to introduce your friends, maybe to some retiring products, maybe to some new products, maybe to some, maybe the monthly special. Anytime an open house, you can do that. Now, I like a party better, because I like to do a presentation and have the people get to know me, and I want to get to know them, and I want to share all the amazing things that 31 has to offer. When an open house is a little harder because they're in and out, and I can't do that. But if it's the only resort, try it. Do an open house. You may get some customers or some new contacts that you never knew you had. Parties, book them off of fundraisers. Ladies, a fundraiser, I'm going to say this really, really easy. A fundraiser is just a party, but you're giving your commission or part of your commission. Don't make them really, really huge, extravagant, and hard. Now, you can get to that, and you can do all these fun things, but at the end of the day, I do parties all the time that maybe this week or 2 weeks ago, I did a soccer fundraiser for a group. And it was really successful for them. And we just went to the bank, and I did a party with probably only 6 people there, but we ended up having a big, great party, and they were able to I was able to give them $250 in commission. But guess what? That led me to some, like 3 ladies in my own town that had never heard of 31. I didn't know them. They didn't know me. And we're in a tiny town. Those fundraisers give you contacts. Now they're in my customer group. Now they've got a catalog. Now we're talking about a Hostess of the Month club. We're talking about parties, and that would have never happened if the soccer fundraiser didn't happen. So throw some fundraisers in your year. I mean, do as many as you can. If you want, if you're doing it as the traditional give them commission and you keep the products, man, what a great way to stock your kit. What a great way to get more new products to show, gifts for yourself, organization for your pantry, while you give commission to help someone else. It's a great feeling. Vendor shows. I'll be honest and tell you that the month that I was promoting to director was January 2012. I'd had some crazy success. I started in September. August 23rd. My first party was September 1st. And in January, my sponsor said, guess what? You're going to be a director this month. And I said, no, I don't have any parties. It kind of struck me that, whoa. See, back then I didn't know that January was tough, that I had to prepare for it. So I'm telling you, I had gone and done about 4 vendor shows because somebody told me that was a way to get new contacts. So I went and did it in the beginning of my business. And I did several in October and November. What did I do that January when I thought, man, it's either be a director or don't be a director, and I love what I've done so far, and I don't want to lose it or give up. So I went and started calling all those people for vendor shows. Turns out I had a very successful January, and I learned, and I taught myself and learned really quick that I could continue or I could not continue, and these are the things that it takes for me to continue. If you want to grow and be a part of this director and leadership, then these are the things you have to do, Diana, and I did it. Even though I was scared and I didn't really want to do it. Vendor shows are a great way for you to get contacts, people that you would have never met again. So I highly suggest, and I'll be honest, some are not great. Some I've put a lot of work and some money into it in a weekend and it didn't really give me much. But some have changed my business. Okay? Referrals. Your people know people that will change you. Your Frank's list have people that will have a $1,500 party for you, that probably will join your team, that will lead you to all kinds of circuits and connections that you don't know. You need to be asking your people, maybe think of a small referral gift if someone joins your team from a referral. I have, little concept in my business that if somebody books a party with me and they were referred to me, then the previous customer is going to get a gift, maybe a $10 credit or something at that party. Depends on how successful it is. Same thing with a team member. If somebody joins my team and it was from a referral, either when they've hit that $1,000 mark or when they've done a couple of parties, I'm going to go reward that person. The more you say this, the more people can be brought to you. Facebook post. Now, Facebook posts can do a lot for you if you're doing it correctly. So we don't want to sell. We don't want to sell and shove sales down our people's throats. We want to share great things that lead to a conversation, that lead to interest, that lead to maybe sharing with them how they may be able to get it free or half price with a party, right? So there's different ways you can post on Facebook. If you're posting on regular Facebook to get a product and say, oh my goodness, I absolutely love this. It held this and this and this and this, and I was able to put this one bag on my shoulder and it held everything. I am in love with this. You're just sharing what you love, just like you would share what you loved at a Six Flags amusement park or what ride you loved, right? That's going to bring interest, and people are going to say, what is that? Oh my goodness. And that's when you're like, oh girl, I'll message you. And you either get them over to your customer group or you share with them how they could get that free, maybe the price. Is it on special? Can they get it free or half price? And how they can do that. And you give them options. You're not shoving a party down their throat, but you're giving them options. It could either turn into an order. It can turn into a customer on your customer page. It may turn into a lifelong, long-term Rockstar 31 buyer that maybe has 4 parties with you the next year. It might turn into a team member when you share with her your love of 31 and how she could get everything she wanted 25% off or more. Okay? So just sharing a great, awesome little photo on Facebook and generating curiosity and not answering them right there in front of everyone, because you want that experience to be able to be personal with them, right? And of course, really, really sharing cool bundles, really neat ideas, solutions, those really, those pictures you say that you see and you're like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Why didn't I think of that? Those are the things you want to share. So Facebook post, if you're going after the people, and I don't mean rudely or attacking them, but if you're posting a picture and you have 12 likes or 40 likes or 3 likes and you walk away, and you're not maybe going and private messaging them and say, hey, Sally, I saw that maybe you like this bag that I did too. I just wanted to show you maybe the inside and something that would be really cute to go with it. Do you have a current catalog? Oh, are you on my customer page? Well, oh my goodness, I've got to send you the catalog. So I do that a lot. And eventually they may become a Hostess member for the next year. But sometimes if we don't, genuinely and carefully go to them and show them what we have to offer, then you might be posting for no reason. So ask yourself, what are you doing with your Facebook post? Home parties, cream of the crop, cherry on top, way to meet ladies. You're on stage in a good way. Don't worry. If you're freaked out about a presentation or what to say, your catalog's going to do lots of talking for you. Your ladies are going to do a lot of talking for you. You can pass around products and say, what do you use it for? And check them out. You will get better. The more you do, the better you get. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you get the hang of it and know that you're not going to pass out, you don't have to have all the answers, and they love what you have to offer. It's okay. It's going to give you confidence. It's going to give you fun. It's going to give you ladies that you never met. It's going to lead you to customers, which can lead to parties. It's going to bring you income. Now, I can't tell you in all the parties, in 517 parties I've done, there's been a lot of home parties. There's been a lot of other types of parties. Yes, I've had some that maybe only had a couple guests. I mean, it happens. I think it probably happens to everybody. But that doesn't mean that I can't connect with that couple of ladies and that we can't turn that party still into a successful party. But, leading and learning how to hostess coach and learning how to do all those things to help your hostess get people there is something that comes. It comes. But home parties, if you're not doing home parties, I'm not going to tell you that you can't be successful. I used to think that. But when I had some major hardships and really bad neck injury and hospital visits, I had to stop doing home parties for a while. Currently in my business, when I do 10, 12 plus parties a month, only about 3 are in live or, home or live parties, just because that's where I'm at with my kids in baseball in summer, yada, yada, yada. Now in the fall, I do a ton. But home parties, I want you to understand that if you will just open your mind up to what they will bring you, it can change your business. So home parties are just, I think, a must if you want to grow bigger, if you want to have more income, if you want to have more bookings, all those different things. Catalog parties, absolutely. People are busy. They can't always have a home party. Throw in a catalog party. Throw in a Facebook party. Throw in an on-the-go party. Throw in a party where you just hand them some products and they carry it to work for a week. When you incorporate all the different kinds of parties, if you're just striving to just have 6 home parties, well, maybe if you don't get your bookings, or maybe if a couple cancel, maybe you're not going to have the personal volume that you want that month. But if you're able to offer some catalog parties, people will take you up on that a lot. They're not always the highest parties, but if you strive to have X amount of, maybe you want to have 2 home parties a month. Maybe you want to have 6. That's just, everybody's different. If you had a couple of home parties a month and maybe you added on a couple of catalog parties, and then you add a couple of Facebook parties and maybe a fundraiser, man, you're really generating business. You're generating more customers, more sales. You're just growing, period. You're growing. And every single lady, it's like the chances of a lottery, the way I look at it. It's chances to book for the next month. It's chances to book for the next season, the next catalog, the next exclusive. Okay, all those people adds up to more and more chances that you have to get a yes. A bingo event. I didn't start bingo till about a year ago. It's been a blast. I do it with my team. We had 93 people there the first time. It was crazy awesome. We're able to do a party presentation, but throw in some live bingo action. It's so fun. I'm able to show product solution sets. I'm able to book parties. I'm able to explain the Hostess of the Month clubs. We're able to just meet a lot of new women that probably, a lot of the ladies that come have never been to a party, or maybe they've only ordered one time from a party, but they know nothing about 31. Man, I'm able to share Gibbs, the history of 31, my why, my story. I get a lot of things from a bingo event, and I try to do them every 6 months. Right the month prior to a catalog, which means usually ready, set, sale. And I let my team bring their people, and we're able to have a big party together, because the more the better, and we're all learning together. We're better together, right, ladies? Okay, a business ambush. Don't be scared to do this. Take a Little's carry-all caddy, maybe some Cheryl's cookies or something, donuts, catalogs, cookies and catalogs, whatever you want to do, and ask if you could leave your little product, maybe some business cards or mini catalogs for 7 days, and that anybody that fills out the little drawing slips, customers, employees, you would be willing to give away that Little's carry-all caddy. Maybe this is something you pick up twice a year, a couple of times a year, through some Hostess rewards, or maybe a customer special that you get, that you're able to give away something. Maybe you just give away a key fob to all the ladies, a drawing from all the ladies that signed your door prize. Think if you did a business ambush every other month, or a business ambush 2 times a year to a couple of local businesses. You just got to get the nerve to go in and say, listen, I'm a consultant with 31 Gifts, and I would love to, be able to give away a little product. Do you mind if I leave this little carry-all caddy with some mini catalogs, maybe some candy in it, at your business for 7 days? And then I would love to come back and pick up the little drawing slips, and I will let you draw the name of a winner. I would love to be able to reward somebody in your office or some customers of yours with a free product of mine. And oh, by the way, keep the cookies or the catalog, the donuts or the candy or whatever you get. It doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot. But imagine, if you did it once a month, or if you did it every other month, maybe that's 20 new contacts you just added to your business. Posting a picture. It's a little bit like a Facebook post, but sometimes just posting a picture, you can generate so much interest, questions. I don't ever post it and say, it's this much money and book a party to get it. Post it and say, oh my goodness, where would you take it? Where would you put it? What room would you organize with it? How many family members do you know that would die to carry this? How many people absolutely love this? All those questions, they're questions that require an answer, right? So when you get all these people, as you're growing your customer customer group on Facebook, you're going to see all these different answers. And then you have like the little door of opportunity to go and say, listen, girl, this bag is awesome. I use it for this, this, and this. It's $58 in our catalog. Do you have a current catalog? You know what? But guess what? It's going to be our September special, we'll just say. Or maybe you're posting the totally awesome thermal for now. Just say, if you're watching this video and it happens to be in June and July, and you're wanting a July booking, and you're showing them how many hours the ice held in the bag and everywhere you took it, and you're asking them to guess how many hours that it held ice, and you're going to give away free embroidery on their next order or whatever you do, and you get 20 people to answer, or maybe you get 50 people to answer. You know what? Think about all the opportunity you have to go and message them and be able to tell them, oh my goodness, you're going to be able to get it for $22 when you spend $35 in July. Now, if you're watching this video months to come, just know that when we post a picture of our monthly special, we're going to generate curiosity, and that gives us the door of opportunity to go message them about what's coming up and how they can get it for less. Or what I love to say is, if you want one, you know your mom will want one, and your sister or your neighbor or your best friend or your ladies at church are going to have other people that love it and will want one. That's why you need to think about a party. You know, the minimum amount to become a party is $200. What if you got yours free or half price just by sharing it with your friends and family? So that's opening the door of opportunity. Follow-ups. OMG. Do you see how many exclamations there? Okay, I just poked myself. I need to do a video about follow-ups, because follow-ups have changed my business. But I taught a national conference class 3 years now, and one of those was about bookings, and I got to share an amazing story, and I did a huge little tracker in my business, and I've stopped, so I haven't added to that number. But in 2013, I had a lady at a party, and she was just sitting over there on the floor, and I did all the things that I do at a party to try to get people to want to book and say yes on the next month or the following month, and she had just checked maybe on her order form. So as I am putting the orders in for the party, I'm checking, and I'm remembering all those people that I could follow up on, who wanted what, who talked about hosting, who said they wanted it all, who could I go in private message and ask if they have more questions, or if they would love to get on my calendar for the next month to get rewarded as our hostess. And I remembered she had checked the little box that said maybe, so I reached out to her. She was a teacher. She said yes. She had a $1,200 party at the school the month or two to follow, and I got bookings there, and I got bookings there, and I got bookings after that, and bookings after that, and after that, and after that, and before you knew it, I was in a high school every month for 2 years with a group of 5th and 6th grade teachers, and they have done over $27,000. Now, I've got some months that I could add to that now, but they've done over $27,000 in sales in my business from 2013 to we'll say between 15 and 16, so not quite even 3 years, and that was from one follow-up. Okay, out of 517 parties, that's a lot of people. Can you imagine the follow-ups? Can you imagine the possibility if you followed up with every guest and every person that ordered? Okay, so don't get that assumption in your mind, oh, she won't want to have a party. Oh, no, she doesn't want, No, you need to ask. You don't know until you ask, because if I didn't ask that one lady, I would have never been led to that school. And now I'm friends with those ladies so much, and I know things about their family, and I know when, their kids are having babies, and I know when they're having a wedding, and they've told their friend and their friend and their friend and their friend, and now they all order. And it's grown my business by leaps and bounds from one follow-up. Email report. Oh boy, that's a whole training in itself. Your email report is so important because they're warm leads. They're people that are already checking and opening your email and looking at what you have to offer. So if you're not going back each month to these people, you're missing out, because this would be huge. That should almost be one of the first places you go each month. And one of the first things you do each month is add emails every month. Add people with your referrals, with all your parties. You're adding people. Showing the hostess special. That's huge, huge, huge to me. Showing how they can get it less, and explaining how many orders it would take to get that $600 party, and how we could brainstorm together, and all the people they know, and would a Facebook party work better? Would a home party work better? Would a fundraiser work better? Would it be good for us to go to the bank or the library? Just showing that hostess special, and maybe giving them a little money off their hostess special if they get there, however you want to work your business. But I'm telling you, just that hostess special is a lot of times my first place I start to book. If I haven't haven't got a booking at a home party, and I'm following up on my catalog parties, and I'm posting a picture in my customer group getting some different interest, but I'm showing that hostess special because I want to be able to show those people what they can get just by hosting, and that doesn't count their $100, their free credit and their half off items and their hostess exclusives. Start with the special and say, oh, by the way, you get this and this and this and this. But I'm telling you, that really, 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 really helps me with bookings. 50% off item. How many times do you ask people what they would love in the catalog? 50% off. That's pretty cool. A minimum $200 party. You're able to share your friends and family that by just the minimum. Now, I don't settle for the minimum, but I start there. Okay, I like to start there. I don't always just want to say, hey, you want to have a $1,200 party? Okay, it's a gradual process for me. So, but to say, what product would you get 50% off if you could pick? Let me show you how easy that is to do. Oh, do you want 2 half-offs? Okay, let me show you what we need to do. You want 3 half-offs? Oh, girl, we got this. Let me show you what we need to do. Okay? But get their interest by asking what they would love 50% off. That's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. And what's so cool, when they get that 50% off item with their minimum $200 party, just to say we start there, they not only get that, they get some free money, they get an exclusive, and then you amp up your hostess coaching and you show them what else is possible. And you try to get them to that hostess special level. You try to get them to that $100 or $150 credit level. But we start with, hey girl, if you could get that 50% off, oh my goodness, let me show you what you could do, what we could do together. And then product videos. Bring your products to life. Don't just post a picture. Get out of your comfort zone. You can do it. You love the product. Show them what you're using it for. Put a product video once a week on your customer page. Show them what you do with it. Show them the inside of it, the pockets, the strap, the material, the size. Show them something that goes with it. Bring them to life. Make it funny. The more you do it, the more they get to see it, because half of those people may have never been to a party. Okay, guess what? You're probably overwhelmed, and that's okay. But I wanted to show you, if you're not rounded in your business and you're not doing, and we could probably add so many things. Whoop, we got some free space. Help me add to it. These are just things I came up with to talk about bookings at my retreat. These are all the different facets, all the different areas, all the different circuits of people that you could be adding and gaining to equal that success, whatever that success is to you. So if you're overwhelmed and you say, I haven't done any of that, then you start with one. And then you add on a second. And then you get some confidence. You're like, okay, I've done that, and I'm getting that going. Because just because you do this doesn't mean that you get 10 bookings and you get crazy success. But if you tap in a little bit, and you branch out, and you add new customers, and you're doing some over here, and you're adding to your parties, and oh, I got 2 new catalog parties by posting a picture, or oh, I did a fundraiser, I got 20 new contacts. What's going to happen is the more you do this, and the more you go on this wheel of people, the more avenues that you're reaching, the more parties, the more sales, the more contacts, and the more your business grows, the more your success grows, the more your confidence grows, the more your paycheck grows, the more people want to join your team, the more all of it. It just all comes together, okay? And so we could definitely add to this. And if you thought of something off the top of your head that I could add, hey, I'll write it in, I'll add it in. But I hope this video helped. I am sorry that it's crazy long. That's something that I, have a problem about sometimes, is over talking. But somebody probably watching this or coming back to this video a couple of times, probably somebody got a little bit of a light bulb moment and thought, oh, I haven't tried that, or oh, I want to try that. And just adding a little bit here and there can make a big difference. So go back to your success. Go back to why you want to do it. What equals success to you? Put it on a vision board, put it into life, visualize yourself accomplishing it, write it down, visually see it, and just slowly, and once a month. Success doesn't come in 31 in a month or 2 months, and sometimes not 6 months. It's a gradual process. It's not like we just get the enrollment kit and we graduate from college and we have this great successful business. I wish it could come that fast, but it can happen faster if you start adding on new avenues, okay? Thank you so much for watching. If something stood out to you or really gave you an aha moment, let me know, because I would love to know that it helped somebody else. If you have any questions about any of these areas, I could probably go deeper, but you've been with me for 43 minutes now. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time. I really, 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 really want you to be successful in this business and have the confidence that you want and that you deserve. See you later.